Okay, so we're here in Bali at the Ripcurl School of Surf, and Trev and I and Ilya, who joined the test, we've gone through 6 boards, and it's been amazing results really to feel the difference between different layup constructions. We've been working on the TwinFin obviously for a long time now, and coming to the final stage where we're refining the technology, it's really been surprising how different each board has felt. And we've been looking obviously at the surf world and seeing that, you know, carbon surfboards have been becoming more popular, and a lot of the kind of plane weaves that they've been using, which is kind of this black board behind us. And then also learning from all the years of windsurfing technology and paddleboarding and kind of racing side, and learning the difference between the best combination of what you want, which is a lightweight board, a strong board, and also a board that has a good level of flex and stiffness. So the key of this test, the whole point of coming to Bali this trip, was having one board, which is a 7.3 by 26 TwinFin, 85 litres, and just having different refinements in layup on each board. And so we were going out, testing, switching boards in the water, and really seeing what the difference is, riding the wave, standing on the wave, and generally kind of feeling that on the water. And it was amazing how different they felt. So the blue one to my left is the kind of traditional blue carbon layup, which we've had for a while now. This board has a combination of different stringers and reinforcements. It's a full carbon deck and bottom. And when we compared this to the feeling of the others, it felt quite stiff, and it kind of, going on smaller surf, it felt like it lost a little bit of that kind of agile feeling and that kind of alive feeling out of waves. And then kind of gradually as we go kind of up to the right of me, we're seeing the different stiffnesses. So for the black one, felt a bit too stiff as well. Plain weave, it was just, you know, it didn't have that spring out of the turns, and it didn't feel as alive as the others. The glass board is nice and smooth. So this is kind of traditional surf layup, which we've been testing a lot with Benoit and in Portugal and in France. Felt good, but it was lacking a little bit of crisp kind of response out of turns. And in terms of overall durability, we were not as confident with the glass board. And then the next 3 boards up from here is where we really were kind of, this is where we thought we would have our favorite board. And it was really interesting because the board that I thought was going to be the best was really good, but it had its flaw. And this was this one here, which is actually using biaxial carbon in a 60 degrees. So this one was the most flexy of the boards. And in smaller waves, it felt really nice because you had that kind of spring out of turns. You've got that drive and speed. But there were 2 waves that I rode, and Trev had the same feedback. On bigger surf, when you do a bottom turn, as you kind of really pushed off the bottom, it flexed, and the rocker kind of flexed as you kind of pumped the board, and that caused the fins to just slide out. And in bigger surf, you don't want that risk. If you're going to do a big turn or you're going to pump up the wave face, you want that hold. And so this board slightly lost out from there, but in smaller stuff, it was amazing. And then we had the next one, which is also 60, but we had more kind of unidirectional reinforcements where you stand. This board was good, and in bigger surf really had that nice kind of hold, but it just felt a bit too stiff in the kind of smaller wave conditions. And so the one we like the most, which is 45 degree, 150 biaxial carbon, this board had the best combination of kind of nice lightweight, had a good response in small waves. In big waves, it held, it didn't flex too much that you ever kind of slid out. And so it was the overall favorite from all conditions. And again, from trying this kind of board to the right all the way to this one, amazing how different they feel. Really, we weren't anticipating quite so how much these boards were going to feel. And we've done a lot of on kind of land testing with dynamic stiffness machines, and you know, putting them under machines and really seeing how they flex in different conditions. But yeah, amazing. This test really was a kind of standout to know how these boards feel in different conditions. So going forwards, we've learned a lot. We'll have a few little refinements now, But this test has really shown us which construction was the best overall.